You probably don't think twice about the milk swirling into your morning coffee. You snip the packet, pour, and go about your day. But getting that heavy, white liquid into your cup is actually one of the most intense logistical challenges in modern agriculture. The journey begins at dawn. On rural dairy farms, large-scale automated milking machines extract thousands of liters of raw milk from herds of cattle before the sun even rises. But the exact second that warm milk hits the open air, a biological clock starts ticking. Raw milk is highly perishable. The ambient temperature and the natural sugars in the liquid act as a powerful magnet for rapid bacterial growth. Transporting this liquid from the farm to your fridge requires beating that biological clock before the milk spoils. Within hours of extraction, local farmers quickly transport their fresh yields to a centralized village collection center. At the collection center, computers take an immediate sample from every batch. Sensors measure the fat content and scan for baseline purity, automatically filtering out any milk that falls short of strict quality standards. This chart tracks what happens next. At room temperature, bacteria multiply exponentially. But as the collection center rapidly chills the milk, the temperature drops. The moment the indicator hits 4 degrees Celsius, the biological decay entirely flatlines. This emergency chilling process establishes an unbroken cold chain. It halts the decay and buys the essential hours required to move the harvest to a much larger facility. Giant insulated tankers carry the chilled milk away from the rural farms, eventually pulling into the receiving bays of a massive industrial processing plant. Before a single drop is allowed into the factory's main system, a sample is routed to a state-of-the-art on-site biochemistry lab. Scientists run dozens of rapid diagnostic tests. They are hunting for microscopic impurities, for dangerous pathogens or trace chemical adulterations that might have bypassed the local collection centers. The laboratory operates as an absolute firewall. The technicians only authorize a batch to enter the miles of internal stainless steel pipelines if it proves to be entirely pure. Once cleared, the milk is pumped into the factory's closed-loop system to undergo pasteurization. In this pipeline cross-section, raw milk flows through heat exchangers. The temperature spikes to exactly 72 degrees Celsius, eradicating harmful bacteria. But holding it there past 15 seconds cooks it, so the temperature plummets to 4 degrees in a fraction of a second. This engineered thermal shock purifies the liquid of biological threats while perfectly preserving its natural vitamins and nutritional profile. Even after pasteurization, raw milk has a structural quirk. Left alone, it separates, leaving a thick, uneven layer of fat floating at the top of the container. This diagram illustrates the mechanical solution, homogenization. The factory pushes the milk through microscopic pores under extreme pressure. Notice how the large, uneven fat molecules are completely shattered into tiny dots, distributing evenly and permanently throughout the fluid. The processed milk is routed into touch-free robotic packaging machines. They inject the liquid into plastic film, heat-sealing packets at hundreds of units per minute. Through intense mechanical engineering and strict temperature control, a highly volatile organic liquid becomes a stable, uniform, and tightly sealed commercial product. The sealed packets are immediately stacked into massive cold storage vaults inside the factory, waiting for deployment. Close to midnight, the loading bays activate. A large fleet of insulated delivery vehicles is packed and synchronized to leave the facility simultaneously. The drivers navigate highly optimized routes through dark city infrastructure, racing to drop off millions of packets at local hubs before the sun comes up. This highly orchestrated logistical web operates entirely in the dark, maintaining the cold chain right up to the final mile. A few hours later, a packet is quietly dropped off on a residential doorstep, ready to be snipped open and boiled in a family kitchen. Getting that specific packet to that specific doorstep required rural farmers extracting milk at dawn, biochemists running rapid diagnostics, engineers managing split-second thermal shocks, and drivers navigating empty streets in the middle of the night. The everyday packet of milk represents a massive daily triumph of technological scale.